Stainless Supply, the nation's leading supplier for architectural and metal furnishings.
Today we're going to introduce you to the Stainless Supply floating shelf units.
This video applies to both our seamless and seamed floating shelves.
Our seam version has seams on one side. Depending on the height that the shelf is positioned on the wall, you are able to position the seam either on top or on bottom to conceal the seam from sight. For example, if the shelf is installed high up on the wall, the seams will be installed on the top side as to conceal them. If the shelf is installed at a lower position, then the seams can be installed on the bottom of the shelf. Both installations will give the appearance of the shelf being seamless. We also offer a seamless version, which eliminates any possibility of visual seams. The seamless version is visually the same on top and on bottom and gives the appearance that the shelf is a solid unit. The floating shelves are offered in a variety of depths and lengths and are manufactured out of both stainless steel and copper. They also come in a variety of different finishes.
Upon delivery, your floating shelf unit is compiled of two parts, the outer shell, which is either stainless steel or copper, and its inner stainless steel mounting frame. Now, let's go over a few of the tools you'll need for this installation. First and foremost, we're going to need a tape measure. We'll need a bubble level, a screwdriver or cordless drill, and then your choice of appropriate mounting hardware. With all your tools handy, let's go ahead and start the installation of our floating shelf unit. The first thing we're going to do is locate where we're going to install our shelf. The intended location for the installation will be centered between the two sets of windows. At this time, we'll need to locate the center by using the tape measure to find the horizontal center point. Once located, we will measure up from the floor and mark 1/2 inch below our desired finished height. Once marked, our next objective is to identify the closest wall studs to this location. Most commonly, wall studs are spaced 16 inches apart. Note that for this installation we have opted to use two number 12 2-inch panhead stainless steel screws. With the location of the first wall stud identified, let's go ahead and set the screw into the stud, making sure not to tighten it all the way down. Now let's go ahead and attach the mount to the wall by sliding the head of the screw through the centermost keyhole on the frame. Once attached, let's get the level and adjust the shelf accordingly. Our next step is to measure off 16 inches from the first screw. This should fall on another keyhole, which will allow you to anchor the second screw securely into another stud. Let's double check for level, then mark this location through the keyhole of the mounting frame. At this time, let's remove the shelf mount from the wall in preparation to set the second screw. Simply find your mark, drill a pilot hole, and set the screw, again making sure not to tighten it all the way down. Now with two secure anchor points, let's go ahead and attach the inner shelf mount back to the wall by sliding the two anchoring screw heads through their keyholes. Once in place, we'll go ahead and tighten down the screws the rest of the way, as to secure the inner frame back to the wall. And as always, double check for level. One of the final steps of the installation is to slide the outer shell over the integrated wall mount. The key to this step is to not slide the outer shell all the way to the wall just yet, as our shelves were designed with 4 inches of adjustability. We found that this makes for easy adjustments during the installation process. Once you've got your shelf in its exact location, push on the outer shell until it's against the wall, then apply pressure to the back of the shelf, making sure it's seated firmly on the mounting bracket. Your installation is now complete, and let's not forget that these stainless steel shelves also come in copper.